my best life. Ooh, been through a lot and came out the other side, holding my head up, yeah, on a high, living my best life. Ooh.
Hey everyone, I'm Neah Inspired, and we're back at it. Unapologetically inspired voices, honeys. Outspoken words, inspired actions. Today, I'm with the amazing
Charlotte.
Big up Charlotte. Charlotte, the absolute queen. You've been on, you was actually on James English recently, weren't you?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
Essex Bad Girl, two of us. She was Essex Bad Girl. We actually look a little bit alike as well.
Yeah.
How mad is that? But you know what? If you don't know Charlotte, you need to. I'm going to put that out at the bottom right here to follow Charlotte and her amazing journey of recovery. I mean, you've been through it, girl.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, how many days sober are you today?
440 today.
Fucking hell. So what do you count every single day?
I mean, because I'm sharing a journey on social media,
Yeah.
I think that's where the days was counting them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it's important to celebrate
Of course it is.
milestones. Do you know what I
Every
mean?
single one of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. I want to ask you, I want to dig a little bit deeper into you and your recovery and, you know, maybe some things that people haven't asked you before. Because I think that your journey is so important. And I've got friends all over the country that know you, that really look, I had my friend the other day, she's Ashton, give me a rest, okay? She spammed the life out of me because I'm friends with you, spammed the life out of me. I watch her every day, spam the life out of me. She absolutely, you know, she's in, we could say, you know, may say addiction, may not, recreational, whatever people may say. Maybe I shouldn't have said her name. But yeah, and you are so inspiring to so many people because there's so many people in the trenches of addiction. Yeah. And it's really fucking hard to get out, especially when you've known a lifestyle for so long. Because they say with addiction, breaking away from the drug misuse is one thing.
Yeah.
They say, but the lifestyle is the hardest to break.
Yeah.
And the lifestyle comes with the drug addiction. So that's your friends. You have to, you know, you can't just stop using drugs. You have to change the friends, the places you go, everyone you know, the way you feel, absolutely everything. How challenging was that for you to break that lifestyle?
I mean, it was difficult. I think it's probably the hardest thing that I've ever done. But once I'd done it, it was the most
fulfilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but it is that you have to change everything. Me personally, I don't think you can have one foot in that old life and expect complete change.
Yeah.
You just can't.
That is what they say. They say, listen, if you want a new life, you've got to completely destroy the other one. You can't have one foot in and one foot out. It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
That's the same with, you know, drugs, crime, anything. It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
What do you find has been the most challenging? Not challenging. What do you find has been most different for you in terms of society and the way that you're viewed then compared to the way that you're viewed now?
What challenging?
Not challenging. What do you find the most different in terms of the way you're viewed in society, but compared to when before to now?
Well, I was called a smackhead all my life, wasn't I? Do you know what I mean? And I think as well, with crack and heroin, you're looked at as a dirty smackhead.
Absolute scum. There you are.
Because, and I get it.
Because of how
what
bad
comes with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the stuff that comes with it. But, you know, I have been surprised, really, since coming into recovery. I thought maybe that everyone looked at you like that, and some people do, yes.
Some
but
people
actually,
do,
the majority of people
actually don't.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
It's normally, you know, that little drug circle.
Yeah.
But like, you know, people that are sniffing or whatever do look down because they're not as bad in their eyes.
Yeah, because they seem to think that sniffing a bit of packet is almost glamorous.
Yeah.
But then if you smoke a bit of crack, you're scum. But really, you're sniffing that packet morning, noon and night.
Yeah.
Just like they're chasing that jagger morning, noon and night.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is what I say. And I've always said this. I've always said this from years and years ago to people that I know. I've always said that people that do that, you ain't no better than someone chasing that rock morning, noon and night You just wearing designer, mate. That's all.
Yeah.
You may just be wearing designer or be at fucking rooftops or glamorous parties, but you are still in exactly the same position as that person, yeah, that's out there begging, robbing, or selling themselves for smack and crack. You're exactly the same. It just looks different.
Yeah, 100%. Addiction is addiction at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you describe as your lowest point?
When I tried to kill myself. I think I've had, I know I've had loads of rock bottoms over the years.
Yeah.
Absolutely loads. But yeah, I think when I tried to take my own life,
Yeah.
I think that was one of my rock bottom moments, you know, waking up on pavements just in the freezing cold thinking, how the fuck have I got here? Just like, I remember once it was outside my cousin's and he wouldn't let me in. This was like right towards the end of my addiction. And for years as well, I held my looks quite well.
Okay.
I held my appearance quite well. It wasn't really until like the last little bit that just all
started to
it
deteriorate.
just went. And then I had the clothes that I was wearing, a bag with like just fuck all, just shit in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just woke up on a pavement with blood all on my trousers where I'd been injecting in my groin.
Oh my God.
I just thought, how have I got here? And that was like 23 years later.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Because you come from quite a good home, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Like
yeah.
your family's good, you've got good upbringing.
Yeah.
And I think this is really important to highlight as well, because I think that it's so normalised that, you know, if you come from a broken home or trauma as an upbringing, that, yeah, you know, it's common, you're going to, you know, you're more than likely to end up on smack or crack or in prison or whatever. But, you know, I think it's important to highlight the fact that you come from a really, really good home.
Yeah.
You know, your parents were great, your family's great, yet you ended up in that lifestyle. So addiction's addiction at the end of the day, and it doesn't pick and choose.
No.
You
No,
know?
it doesn't. No. Yeah, my mum and dad are still together to this day.
Yeah.
2 sisters and a brother that are not like me.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
they live normal lives. So yeah,
it
don't
doesn't
discriminate.
Exactly. Addiction doesn't discriminate. And I think it's really important to highlight that, because I think that people can get quite misconstrued and think that, you know, you're wrong and your family's wrong. You know, you come from. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they do, though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying how other people would view it. Do you know what I mean? They just think, oh, you're wrong and this and that. But really, you could come from the best upbringing ever. But if addiction chooses you, addiction chooses you. And that's a battle you're going to have to fight for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and that is it.
And
It's a lifelong thing.
Yeah.
I've had a few people say, you know, you're not an addict anymore. Stop calling yourself an addict. But I am.
You are.
I'm just an addict in recovery.
recovery.
But I still am different.
Yeah.
I'm different to everyone else. I have a different chemical imbalance.
You
in
always
my
will
brain.
be.
Yeah, and I always will be.
And
Yeah.
I think that it's so important. I think that I respect the people that tell you you're not an addict anymore, because they just see you as you, the recovered you, the healthy, sober you. And that's great. But I think that that's just a lack of intelligence, a lack of education on their part.
Yeah.
But, you know, because you are an addict and you don't, and the main thing you need to do when you are an addict, especially an addict in recovery, is not forget that you are an addict.
Yeah.
If you forget that you're an addict, you're going to go out on the piss and get on the sesh tonight.
Yeah.
Because you're forgetting that you're an addict. You have to remember every single day, I am an addict, to make the choices that you need to do to keep you addict in recovery.
Keep me alive.
Keep you alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I remember, you know, and on James English, you were speaking about, you know, how you've gone into loads of stuff, how you've sold yourself and everything for drugs. What was that like the first time you done that?
Life changing.
Was it?
Yeah, degrading. Everything that I said I would never do, I did.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything. You know, when I first started smoking crack, I was only 13 then as well. I mean, that's stuff. I was so young. I was making life-changing decisions as a child, you know, because a lot of people say that as well. Why do it? It's like, well, I was a child, you know what I mean? I didn't know what I was getting into. But yeah, so started smoking crack. And then I said, oh, I'll never do heroin. then started smoking heroin, but I'll never inject it. Started injecting it.
Right.
But
yeah.
I'll never steal off my parents to do it. But I'll never sell myself.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything
Yeah.
I said I would never do.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Because that's where it takes you.
It does.
Yeah.
Take you some really, really, really dark places. I was telling you, the other day personally, my dad was a heroin addict, and God rest his soul, but it ruined my life, as a young girl.
Yeah.
Ruined my life, it ruined my whole family's life. And now, he's gone. It killed him in the end, sadly.
Oh, God rest his soul.
Yeah. But you're clean and sober now, and you'll get on great with your family. Deep down, do you think they really forgive you for what you put them through?
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah.
I definitely think my kids have got...
They've got your back.
They've got me back.
Yeah.
I do think they have definitely suffered trauma. Of course they have. But, I'd be lying if they said that they haven't, because they have. But I'm very grateful that I have parents like I do that stepped up and took on my children. They didn't go into care. They was with my family, which I'm very grateful for. But yeah, I think my eldest 2 daughters have definitely suffered trauma.
Yeah.
My son has, but he's only 10.
Yeah.
But my eldest is
not
nearly
so much.
18.
Yeah.
So I was an addict before she was even born.
Right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So our whole life.
Her whole life.
She's
It's all she's ever known until these last 440 days.
Wow, pot, big up Charlotte for 400 and how many?
440 days.
440 days. When was the point where you realised I deserve a better life?
I think I'd known it.
You always knew. I think that deep down you always knew you deserved a better life. But there must have been a moment where it was like stronger than you'd ever thought it for you to say, I'm going clean here.
It was when, I think, around the time of when I tried to kill myself, which was probably about a year before I got into recovery. I had psychosis as well, so I was losing my mind. Around 2020, I would say, the wheels really started to turn in the sense of, I don't want to fucking do this anymore. Like even before then, really, but definitely 2020, because I just got out. I got 6 years down to 4 with an early guilty plea.
Did you? That's a little
This was
bad,
in 2018, this was.
Oh, really? Surprised I didn't see ya.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Honestly, yeah. That's a little stretch that as well.
Yeah, that's the longest sentence I ever got.
Right.
But that was in 2008. Robbery.
Okay, that's why it was that.
Yeah. But
because it was robbery.
Yeah.
Right.
So after I got out from that sentence, that's when the wheels started to turn, because in there, I don't know why I thought this, but in prison because I think I was still wasn't enjoying what I was doing, but I was trying to think of ways. Right,
in prison, everyone's addicts as well. Even people that are sober and not addicts go to prison and they come out addicts.
Yeah, but my baby father,
that's really common.
He was not a heroin addict, but he's a convicted murderer, and he got a Majesty's Pleasure, I think, back then. This was years and years ago.
Yeah.
He's a lot older than me, and on his life sentence, he got onto heroin.
Yeah, I bet he did. Yeah. I know so many girls that have come in, no drug addictions, no anything like that, and then next thing they're getting out on a script, mate.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
What do you think people misunderstand about users?
That I think a lot of people think that drug addicts are bad people. When they're not. We're human beings. We're exactly the same as everyone else.
You've just got a demon inside.
But we do bad things when we're on drugs.
Yeah.
Make bad decisions, definitely.
What do you think someone in recovery could have told you sooner that may have helped you?
That there is a way out.
There is a way out.
There is a way out, and it can be done. I think we isolate, or I isolated so much in the end.
Yeah.
That I just felt like I can't get out of this. There's no fucking way out. And then I just thought I'd rather die so the pain stops one way or another. Everyone be better off without me. You get all these
useless
mad
anyway.
thoughts in your head, that is not true. And the sad thing is as well, a lot of addicts die like that because they kill themselves because they can't see a way out just before the miracle happens. Do you know what I mean? Because I think sometimes the most painful time in your life, if you hang on,
I believe
that is when
I believe your biggest lessons come from your worst mistakes, and I believe pain is our greatest teacher.
Yeah, it is
in life.
Yeah,
without a doubt, I believe without great pain, you're not going to feel great strength and great beauty. And I think, you know, I don't necessarily totally agree with it, that wish, you know, that it to be that way, but I do believe that it is.
Yeah,
I do believe that it is. Because I think without that, for people to be at such a rock bottom, whether it be, you know, in terms of mentally, in terms of, you know, or addiction and prison and all that stuff that comes with it, I think that to hit a real rock bottom and then places that they take you to is for a greater, higher purpose.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what's it all for? Why are you going them places for? I believe you hit them places for it to show you what you're really worth, and what you're really, you know, what you really deserve, and the things that you can actually achieve, and more importantly, the person that you could be, your true, natural, born, wholesome self.
Yourself, yeah.
That person that you spent your whole life running away from. That's the beauty.
Yeah, I think now I am the person that I was always meant to be.
Yeah.
I just got lost along the way.
Yeah.
But I think also at the same time, I believe that journey was meant for me.
Yeah, same as me.
I don't know why I think that, but
I believe that
I just think it was meant for me.
Yeah.
I do.
I believe that too. The same about myself and my own journey. So I'm fortunate how many years I spent in that lifestyle, how much I lost, but without it all, who would I be? You know, like I wouldn't be the person that's credible. I wouldn't have value in my story, and I wouldn't have integrity like I do. Do you know what I mean? And the self-worth that I do to be able to say and do the things that I do, and I do believe that, as sad as it is, it was all meant for me.
Yeah.
It was all part of my journey, as much as it's fucking, when
you wish it's not at the time.
You wish it's not at the time. Of course you do. Want to get out of this pain. I want to get out of this struggle. Like, what the fuck? Why me? Why me? But really, as time goes on and you do get out of it, it's like, that's why. That's why
it was meant for 100%.
Yeah. This is why. How hard is it to rebuild self-worth after everything that you've been through and been a part of?
I think it can be hard, but I truly accept what's happened, you know, like what you were talking about earlier, like prostitution, things like that.
Yeah.
At a time.
There was all of it, prostitution, stealing, you rob your mum, you rob your nan, you sell your art, you do anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely anything. And if there's anyone in addiction now that's watching this, or anyone that's in this now, it's not an addiction, that don't believe that. You don't believe that. It's penny to the dozen, mate. That's what you do. That's exactly what you do, because nothing matters apart from feeding that addiction that is controlling you, and that, you know, you think that's you. That's what it is. You're not a person anymore. You're not an individual. You're not a character anymore. You are addiction. So whatever that needs to be fed and to be kept alive and nourished, you're doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Hey guys, it's Neah Inspired. Just wanted to pause the ep for a second just to remind you to like, subscribe, and drop a comment and tell me what you think. And also remember, be inspired.
100%.
You know? And I think there's, like we were saying earlier, there's this stigma attached to addiction, that it's like, you know, people from broken homes or people that have lost their kids and just don't that are selfish and just don't care and enjoy it. But really,
no,
people ain't having fun, mate.
No. Oh, no.
People are not having fun. It's not all. People are not having fun. They're stuck.
The fun stopped for me a long time. The fun stopped for me, I'd say, when I was about 19 years old, when I got into snowballs.
Right, tell us about that.
Yeah, I'd say.
So what is a snowball? For
crack and heroin together in a needle.
In a needle? Right.
And I would inject that in my groin.
How did it feel first time you done it?
I loved it.
You loved it?
It took me to a whole
different
level of addiction.
Right.
But then obviously, you know, that whole different level of addiction comes with
a whole
more
different
lying,
level of
more stealing,
more prostitution, all of it.
all of that shit. Yeah.
Well, when you first done your first snowball, how old was you?
I was 19 when I done my first snowball.
So from then, when you've done your first snowball, because of how amazing that felt to you, was there any going back, or was it all snowballs from there kind of thing?
No, yeah, I didn't actually smoke any of it for 13 years. I banged up in my groin, 13 years straight. Once I'd done a snowball,
that was it.
That was it.
Really?
Yeah, and it took me 13 years to get out the snowballs. And then this was around the time when I got that prison sentence. And while I was in prison, I fought because I started to get psychosis, like fucking hell, like banging up fucking snowballs all day long.
For years, yeah.
In prison, I thought, it's got to be the snowballs that's driving me mad. So I'll just smoke crack when I get out, like, you know, that was my thinking. I was like, that's going to make it any better.
All you're thinking is you want to, you still want,
I was still trying to hang on to my addiction at that point.
Yeah.
I think I was still, because it was so, it was making
you're trying to justify as well what's making you here and what you can still get away with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was driving me insane with psychosis. So I thought, it's got to be the snowballs. I'll smoke it when I get out. But it didn't help, obviously not, because addiction is a progressive illness.
Yeah.
It is an illness.
Yeah.
And then psychosis hit even worse, had men back to my flat I didn't know. There was a load of horrible shit that went on in that flat. Like, yet again, I just think it's life-changing, really. And I think also psychosis and trauma become tangled in the end, you know, because of sexual assault, all that shit, being drugged and abused. And then after that, after you've experienced all that, you then don't know what's real.
I think you don't know what's real, what's not, and you don't
fucking-
even know who you are anymore, where you are, or anything. It's all just a blur, isn't it?
Yeah, some of it is a blur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you prefer it to be?
No, I don't think I would. No.
Because with a blur, it's confusing, isn't it? And then there's parts of yourself that you'll never understand, and I suppose it's not nice, really, is it? Because then you lose, the minute that happens, you lose control. And I think it makes you feel like with addiction, you lose enough.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah.
How do you feel about looking back at all the years you've lost, and you're in recovery now,
440 days.
440 days, my girl Charlotte. Yeah? 440 days. Looking back at all the years you lost, how does it make you feel?
I feel sad for my children.
Yeah. But pride. You've got to feel pride.
But yeah, I feel sad for them that they didn't have their mum. But I do think that my children have seen enough, so they never go down that route themselves. Yeah. And I do feel sometimes like I was listening to something the other day, and it's like the hardest part about healing is you have to let go. The person that you created to survive,
you can't exist anymore.
You can't take them with you. So it is like I'm grieving a part of myself, which sounds really weird because I'm me.
No, it's true. I totally understand that. I totally understand that. You do, because you have to lose that person, and you want to hang on to that person because that person has been you.
My life.
Saved your life, because ultimately you wouldn't be here without that person hitting the rock bottom. So you want to hang on to that person because that person's been through it fucking all with you. Yeah. But then ultimately you can't.
No.
You can't bring that person, because without letting go of them, you can't maintain you.
No.
And you're the one that's shown up for your family. You're the one that's there for your kids. You're the one that's inspiring thousands and thousands all over the world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What inspires you?
What inspires me?
Yeah.
There's loads of things. What do you mean it inspires what, in the sense of what?
Inspires you to just be who you are and do what you do now. To keep doing it.
My children.
Yeah.
My family. People that are, you know, not relying, but there are a lot of people that say, like, thank you for sharing your journey. And I just think Like I don't miss anything about that life for me to want to.
Because you see, the thing is, it comes with a lot of shame, doesn't it?
Yeah, it can.
And shame can keep you. You can be an addiction. Guilt and shame can keep you trapped.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
What's your biggest thing that you felt guilty for in addiction or shame that maybe kept you trapped?
The most painful out of everything was using when I was pregnant. I think that was the most painful thing as a woman and as a mother.
Right, yeah.
To admit, for one.
Firstly, yeah.
Had to admit it. And then, you know, sitting and feeling those feelings, do you know what I mean? And I'm very lucky that my children are okay. So yeah, I would say it was that out of everything that I found the most. But I look at it now, a lot of people ask me this as well. How do you deal with what you've done, the things that you've done? But I was sick. It's not, you know what I mean? I was a sick person.
Exactly. It's not who you are. It's not you. It's not who you are.
No.
How do you find relationships and dating now?
I don't.
You don't?
I haven't.
Have you faced any of that as your new sober self? That's maybe, is there been any challenges or?
I haven't been with, oh, that's a lie, actually. When I was like 40-something days clean, I was like 41 days clean. I got into a relationship with someone else in recovery, but that lasted a couple of weeks. But since then, I haven't been in a relationship with nobody.
Yeah. Are you worried at all about dating and relationships?
No, I wouldn't say I'm worried, but.
Is there anything that you may be anxious about related to that?
No.
Good. You fucking damn right. Have you seen her? What's she got to worry about? You having a laugh, aren't ya?
Yeah, no, I don't think that there is really. I mean, obviously, relationships comes with, like, because I've got kids as well. So it's like, it's not just me. I've got to think about.
Yeah, of course.
It's my kids. So at the moment, I just think I'm concentrating on myself, my kids.
Straight.
And I think when the time is right,
it will happen.
It will happen for me. Yeah, I'm not searching for it. Whereas, before I'm in addiction, I always had to be with someone and fill that void with everything.
And it's that codependency as well in addiction, which is massive.
Yeah,
like
it is. There's always two addicts.
Yeah, it's massive in addiction, that codependency thing. And then it's like, right, you're looking after me, you're getting the next one, you're getting the next one, you're splitting that, you're splitting that. It's massive in addiction. When you was in addiction, what did you find the most unbearable without using?
The guilt.
Really?
Like that feeling of guilt. The guilt. Like I can't, like I'd be using, or I'd do something fucking dreadful to my family, fucking nick off them or whatever I'm doing. And then like I would use, and then it would just be like this fucking like heart-wrenching fucking guilt.
Yeah.
And then that is why we use as well a lot of the time, because we are filled with so much guilt and shame that we use because we don't want to feel that anymore. But then it's just a vicious fucking circle that we're going round and round.
Until you sit there and you fucking feel it, you're chasing that to the rest of your life till you're 100%. Dead. Until you're dead. And I bet you've seen it. I bet you've seen people go.
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
I bet you've
seen a few dead bodies.
I bet you've seen a few people go.
Yeah, I have.
And that's the way it goes. You either turn it around and face them demons and that shame and that guilt and turn it around like you, or you end up in the ground. And there's no other way.
No.
There's no other way, sadly. What helps you? So do you get triggers now?
I wouldn't say I get triggers, but not triggers as in that makes me want to use, but there's always constant triggers. Like I have to deal with a spoon every morning. Do you know what I mean? I cooked up in but it's but I
can't make a fucking cup of tea, the poor girl, without being like, right, call it on.
Yeah, call it on. It was a massive part of my fucking life. So I had to deal with that when I first come into recovery. Right, I've got to make coffee now. Fuck me. Right,
Ashley, get the spoons out. She's got you the full, for fuck's sake. No, straight though.
Yeah,
straight.
There's things like tin foil used to be another one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so there's like loads of things, but they've never really triggered me.
So you're
in
on
like I want
methadone?
to use. No,
No, are you not?
methadone. No, methadone. I was on methadone from the age of 17 up until the age of 34.
Okay.
I came off my methadone script in Ireland with my family
Wow.
in December,
Well
October
done.
time, I think. And then because I took medication over there with me, but it wasn't enough anyway. So I ended up having to rattle off my methadone script, came back, went on a blocker, and then I found 12-step program.
Right. That was my next question, actually. Did you do the 12 steps was my next question.
Yeah.
How did you find that?
It's the only thing that's worked for me.
What was your higher
12-step
power?
program. God.
Was it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I never really over thought it, but when I started to do what was suggested, things started to change. Like when I didn't wake up with an obsession,
Yeah.
and I'd had a fucking obsession for as long as I can remember, for 23 years. Like even when it goes back to, as a kid, I was obsessing about things. My head was never
You was never
at
settled.
peace. I was
You
never quiet.
I was never content.
No, never.
Yeah.
When I had that, I was like, mate, there's something in this. Something's working.
It's working for you.
Yeah, and it is the only thing that has worked for me.
I done the steps once, and I think I got to step 4, and I couldn't do it.
That's when you've got to write down, put pen to paper about resentment,
all the people,
all the things that you've done, and what's happened to you as well. Yeah,
all the things that's happened to you, and all the things that you've done for addiction or alcohol or drugs misuse, and all the people that you've hurt along the way, and that broke me, man. Really did that step 4.
Yeah,
and,
but it is freeing. I get it.
Yeah.
Like when you're having to actually write it as well, because when
it's
you're
freeing,
writing it bit by bit, it's hard. Yeah, because you've got to go all the way back.
Of course, and it's like how many bits of paper we got.
I ain't got enough.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
I
know,
know, but it is.
And then you're having to think about deep, dark stuff that that I've spent time pushing out, like, they're all right. They're all right. So that didn't happen. And that didn't happen, time's gone. But with that, you can't mess around. You've got to dig it all out.
Yeah.
Dig it all up, dig it all out, and put it all down to let go of it. And it's, it's painful, man, and it's hard. But I can imagine, like you said, it's really freeing, because then you move on, don't you?
Yeah.
Then you get, I don't even know what step 5 is.
Telling someone else about it. It's telling your sponsor and God. So yeah, step 4 and 5 sort of come together. Then you got step 6 and 7, which is like your defects and your behaviours and stuff, and then so on and so on. And then obviously step 12 is what I do every single day. Yeah, carry the message to the still suffering addicts. That's there. We do recover.
And you do it every single day.
And I choose to do it inside the rooms and outside the rooms. That was my choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say to what would you say to yourself in your worst, lowest part of addiction, if you could, right now?
Thank you for getting me where I am today.
Yeah.
And that I did it.
Yeah.
And to never let go, to never give up for them.
Yeah.
To never give up hope.
Yeah.
To never stop fighting.
Never stop trying.
And there is light at the end of the tunnel. And no matter how many times, because I can't tell you how many fucking rock bottoms I had and how many times I thought, I'm never going to do this. I'm not going to make it. I'm going to die like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to die in this much pain.
Yeah.
And then because it is so painful, you're thinking, I don't even want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I give up. I fucking give up. I'd rather die than carry on doing all this. But when you're at that most painful part, hang on, because that is where the fucking miracle happens. When you feel that, go through it and ask for help, reach out. Don't suffer in silence, because normally right towards the end of addiction as well, you're on your own, mate. There's no one else around you. You are by your fucking
really
self. So reach out and don't suffer in silence. There is support and there is help out there.
What do you think your younger self in, the massive addiction really needed?
That to tell me that everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
And the same again, really.
What do you think that it is that gives you the resilience that you have today to keep fighting and keeps 440?
My children.
400, yeah.
I couldn't get clean for my children, but my children are definitely the reason I'm still alive. That is the one of the other reasons why I didn't give up, because of my kids. And for obviously I got clean for myself. You have to do it for yourself.
Of course you do.
I couldn't do it for them, but they
can't, as much as they're a massive part of your recovery and that they are a massive part. I don't believe, sadly, because I remember my dad was in really bad addiction, and I grew up my whole life thinking, I'll be honest, and this really hurts my heart to say this, but I didn't see my dad for a couple of years. But I saw him twice during them years, and he just walked straight past me. I'm his daughter, and I was only little, but it just wasn't that. And I always thought he didn't care about me. But as I've got older and educated, I know that it wasn't that he didn't care about me. He just wasn't there.
Yeah.
He just.
It's gonna make me cry.
I know, it's going to make me cry as well. Yeah, he just wasn't there.
He was there. No, he wasn't there, but I never think your dad didn't love you, because he did.
I know he did. But there was a lot of times growing up that I wondered and worried that he didn't.
Yeah.
And now I'm older, I understand addiction. And I'll be honest, it wasn't until I went away on my last sentence that my mind changed, because I had that mindset of people that smoke smack and do this and that, they're scum. I had that mindset because it had ruined my life. My dad was like it. So I have and I'd see birds in prison that had lost their kids and on the meth and all that, and I fucking hated them. They'd done nothing to me, but I had this kind of bitterness and resentment towards them all, because them drugs had ruined my whole young life and I didn't deserve it. But it wasn't until I got that long sentence and I spent a lot of time with women inside that was in, addiction. And I really started to understand it. And they'd be sitting there devastated that they'd lost their kids. They wasn't scum. They cared.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Addiction had just ruined them, and they was really struggling. It was really hard. And my whole mindset done a whole 360, man. I really saw it completely differently.
Yeah.
And it was just like, wow, these people, we need fucking help.
You think, right, a mother's love for her children, is the most, powerful thing in the world, they say. Something comes between that, then.
Yeah.
Think how powerful that must be.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
And it's not that they don't care.
Exactly.
It's not that at all. And at the beginning, yes, it is a choice. We do choose to take those substances.
Yeah.
But there's something in me as addicts that is different. There's something in addicts that is different.
Definitely.
So someone can
it's
take
a chemical
drink
imbalance. It is.
Yeah, it is. And then we all cross an invisible line where we can't stop, and then it isn't a choice.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not choosing to do that anymore. That is overpowering. Then. We are powerless, and then that's
powerless,
when we do.
And that's one of the steps. You have to accept that you are powerless.
Powerless, yeah. The step one.
Yeah.
That I am powerless. Yeah. And that is where, it will take you.
Yeah.
And it's not a choice in the end. Definitely not.
It's not.
But my recovery is a choice. Do you know what I mean? Now, if I went to, go back to it, that would be a choice, because I am in the right frame of mind. I'm out of addiction. I'm not wrapped up in that cycle. If I went back to it now, I would be choosing
of
to.
Course, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Would,
so there is a difference. I'm clean now. So, but yeah, the people that are not working a program, that keep relapsing, that's not a choice. That's not what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? It's like when you have had a break
of course.
away from it, and you're working a program, or you've
you're
put
then
something
saying,
else,
and then you're then stepping aside and saying, "Fuck it," kind of thing.
You've
then chosen because you know then, don't you? It's different when you're lost in addiction.
Yeah.
You're not making
It's not a choice, no.
You're not making choices anymore, are you? It's just a lifestyle and you're just trapped. Addiction's the devil. It
is.
Ultimately, it owns you. It owns you physically, mentally, in every single way. You could have kids, you could have family, you could have everything in the world at your feet. But the drugs are addiction's still gonna take you. It ultimately, it owns every fibre and being of your whole body at that point. As sad as it is the truth. Charlotte, it's been absolutely amazing to have you. You're absolutely beautiful. I'm so proud of you and your journey. You're so inspiring. You inspire me. You inspire so many people out there. And you're absolutely gorgeous. And I hope that you're really proud of how far you fucking come, girl, because you really deserve it.
Oh, thank you. Straight back at you.
Straight back out. You have to send a bus one.
Oh, babe.
Oh, babe. But everyone, I'm going to put Charlotte's at the bottom here. And make sure you give her a follow. Because she's doing some amazing stuff. And she's really, 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 really changing lives with her story. And I mean, we really need some more of that because, like we said, you know, addiction's a disease. And it's killing people, man. It's killing people every day, and there's so many people that are powerless to it. So the more people that get out of it and speak out, you know, it's absolutely massive. So massive credit again to Charlotte, and thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, babe.
And to remember, guys, to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and to inspire others, you have to inspire yourself first. So be inspired.